Our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
The views and opinions of the producers, hosts, and guests in the show do not directly reflect the official stand and policies of the management, the network, and the company. Welcome to the program that amplifies and builds power in its network, linking you and your company to business communities while highlighting your persona, products, practice. Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, now on its Season 2, hosted by Organizational Development Network Champion Madrigal Sandalo, Direct Selling Sensei Jojo Barakias, and Asean EduTech Leader Dr. Alex Reyes, with the founding anchor, Business and Transformation transformation mentor, Rolly Pagaspas. Brought to you by Direct Selling Association of the Philippines, Union Bank Global Linker, Asean Youth Organization, and Rotary Club of Alabang Madrigal Business Park, engaging you with CEO talks, community mind, feature shops, and the variety of them. Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network. Power Drop. Your network here to talk.
A great 2022, Business Philippines! Welcome to our 24th season of Talk Shop Asia, the Philippines' longest running digital business show, and we're now on our sixth year. Well, this has transformed from a business show to a program builder. We have connected networks, event organizer, and digital media producer all in one capsule. This is Talk Shop Asia Power Network, episode 11, representing the Power Group 11. This is Maricar Sandalo, your anchor for today's show, and I'm really happy to be back. And with me today, of course, may I call Sir Jojo Barakias, our direct selling sensei.
Good more earnings, Maricar. Good more earnings to
Good more
everybody.
earnings.
Yes. Welcome to Talk Shop Asia Season 24 and the second season of Talk Shop Asia Power Network. It's nice to be back. Definitely, we ought to give you more powerful features, more powerful group mix who shall spearhead information for engagement, collaboration, and partnerships. By the way, we are airing in two platforms, Facebook and YouTube, and in three major channels, Talkshop Asia, our home studio, Big Media, and the online channel of Channel 31, Best TV 31. Good more earnings. Happy 2022.
Yes, and we'd like to call our ASEAN EduTech leader, Dr. Alex Reyes.
Yes, happy 2022 indeed. Maayong hapon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Hello, Talk Shop Asia Power Network community. I am Alex Reyes, your EduTech leader. Hello, Maricar and Jojo. Great to be here again. A special shout out to our country director, Justin Hogushon. And of course, hello to my Shiro, my mother. And of course, happy Makar Sankranti to my handsome sunrise in India.
Oh, okay.
Good more earnings, Dr. Alex.
Yes,
How
good
was
more
your
earnings.
week? How was your week,
My week.
Jojo? Kaya,
Oh,
Dr. Alex, let's start with Dr. Alex.
sige, my week was a busy week. I had meetings from Malaysia to Canada and America. So it was a good week. Medyo nawala yung boses ko. My partners in some shows balin nag-Omicron. So be careful, keep safe, and take care sa mga nakikinig dyan. So, but it was a good week for me.
Oh,
Productive, very productive.
great to hear. How about you, Jojo?
Well, every week is a busy week. So we're busy with our family business. And then also, 2022 is a year of getting more clients. So that keeps me busy. I had two clients last week. Hope to break through.
That's really a power week. Ayan. Mine, it has been a challenging week. Sabi nga ni Dr. Alex, di ba? Most people nowadays, kung hindi nagka-virus, ay nagka-flu because of the weather. But then, you just have to bounce back and then, and then face life and then be hopeful for a wonderful 2022 ahead. Pero speaking of ahead, I am very excited with our guest for today, Jojo and Dr. Alex. So we have, of course, for our Power CEO, we will be having a guest from Kinetex. I'm very interested really to hear more about that. Yes, we will be having Mr. Rowan Untivero. And from your end, Jojo, who will you be interviewing for today?
Now we have Philippine Development Foundation or PhilDev, no? I think this is an enlightening segment. I am just mesmerized by the tagline of Field Dev.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that later. It's enable success. So, what is
Wow.
more powerful and touching for me is the vision of Field Dev, which drives Filipino leadership, advancement, and success. We will also hear about, alam mo, a new course. I think this
Mhm.
is a college course. It's called Technopreneurship,
Oh, okay,
a
okay.
course for a new breed of engineers. And we'll also like to hear about PhilDev's plan on going digital and global.
I see. That's good to hear. Okay. And from your end, Dr. Alex, who will be our guest for
Course,
today?
of course, imported yung guest natin for today. He's Serbian. So we have Uva tea, an herbal medicinal tea that is perfect harmony with human nature. Truly authentic and can cure arthritis, kidney problems, UTI. So this tea, he said, is beneficial indeed to our health. So we will have him later, our founder.
Great. Ayan, great to hear that. So wag na natin patagalin pa. I know our viewers would like to listen to our guest. So we'll be right back after this break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
Here now is the program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erica Mizon, together with her fellow millennials, they will be making a difference. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Welcome to Pride and Proud Asia, Asia's first online radio show that champions LGBT contribution and leadership in business and in our country and the region. Hosted by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce, visibility, representation, and empowerment. This is Pride and Proud Asia. Happy Pride!
Now back to Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
Welcome back. And this time we will have our community mic segment. And with this segment, we will be joined by our ASEAN EduTech leader, Dr. Alex Reyes.
Yes. Hello, Maricar and viewers. We are now going to feature the community mic segment. This part of our program promulgates awareness of the business trend in the community. To further understand, Maricar, please do the honors.
Yeah, but before that, Dr. Alex, yes, we will be watching this PTR.
Yes.
Community is collective power. Their makeup determines their kind. Their voice determines their strength. Now, giving them the stage to engage others with their stories of business and advocacy. Talk Shop Asia Power Network's Community Mic.
Welcome once again to my part of the program, the Community Mic segment, where the voice of the company resonates with the voice of the industry. We have with us a foreigner that is Filipino at heart. He lives in Baguio and is the founder and CEO of Uva Tea, a product that has been tested and helps us with kidney, bladder, urinary tract infection, problems, and more. So without further ado, let us welcome the ever committed and married to his work, CEO Milan Azdzik. To know more about Uva, let us watch this.
point is, he has come and he has brought with himself a product that is mind-blowing. That's how I would describe it. And something very different, very unique. Meantime, allow me to introduce him to you. His name is Milan Adsik. Hi, Milan. Thank you for being on the show.
Hi.
I like your suit. Your jacket looks very good on you.
Thank you so much.
So please welcome the CEO and founder of UVA, Milan Adsik.
Hello.
Hello, Milan. Good afternoon. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. I just watched the video and I'm so excited that we'll be talking about UVA tea. Welcome to Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network. I read a little about the uva plant and how medicinal it is, and it is like grown wildly in Serbia. So, my question is, can you tell us the story behind uva tea and how it became a therapeutic tea?
UAT is registered in the European Union in 26 countries. 2012, we registered in the Philippines in FDA, and we get therapeutic claim because of the clinical study and all our scientific documents what we have to present. But I want to say too about some to compare UAT with another supplement. That UAT has power to cure, comparing with some supplement who has power to help to cure some disease. Like for example, like vitamins is practical supplement and can really help if you have some problem with the health, but you need to use some another medicine, and vitamins will just help you. In the case with UAT, UAT has power to cure and to cure some of the serious disease. We have a lot of clinical study. We have some another scientific works who giving us, who just provide us and giving us chance to share this with another people, especially here in the Philippines.
Okay, so I know that the product shows a lot of promise in terms of being beneficial to our health, and it is definitely worth trying. My question is, since uva tea is a healthy tea, in what way can it support our well-being, and what are the benefits of it?
Well, benefits is most first our target with uva tea is practical kidney. Kidney is the because of the kidney depends so many disease. Of course, if the kidney is in the low function, then after you can get a lot of problem. For example, this UAT2 regulate blood pressure, because blood pressure too is depending on the kidney. And another things, we here in the Philippines, a lot of people has problem with the kidney because of the food and about maybe poor healthy life, and so, and we cure a lot of people. We have a million good feedback from the Philippines, especially here in the last few years when was this pandemic, but we can back to this question again. Another benefit practical or what you can cure is gout arthritis. And a lot of people here in the Philippines has problem with the gout arthritis. Gout arthritis, most of gout arthritis we can get because of the food. We don't
Yes,
use right food, and after we getting problem with uric acid. In the case if uric acid will be higher than 420, then we can our body will convert uric acid in uric acid crystals, and after this crystal will come in the joint, and after we have problem, this joint will start to swollen, and we have a lot of problem. So this UOT practical, when you're drinking UOT practical, UOT will melt your uric acid crystals, and after we can cure this in maximum 7 days with the proper
wow,
diet.
that's wonderful.
Yes,
That's wonderful.
yes, we have a lot of people everywhere in the world. Only not in South America. We have they read my posts, and I have few groups about some health. Not only about I am not promoting only UOT, but UOT is for me is the most powerful plant. But of course, not only UOT who can grow everywhere. You really need to be in the specific place to have better power.
Oh, okay. So, my question is, how long have you been using Uva Tea as a founder? Of course, we always like try our products as founders and CEOs. So, how long have you been using it?
I will tell you something that I drinking UOT every morning. Every morning.
Okay.
But most of the time, two tea bags I drinking every day. So, and this in that case, you will have a lot of prevention. You will prevent your level of uric acid, so you will make lower. If you have some bacteria in the urinary channel or somewhere else, this will be reduced. So many benefits. This tea can help in many ways. I did not only write there all the benefits, but we can use in many ways.
Okay, Milan. So we have a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs watching us and those that are struggling entrepreneurs. Can you tell us your secret? How did Uva thrive during the pandemic? How did you thrive as a company during the pandemic?
But during the pandemic, we have best sales. We have, for example, we start from when start this pandemic in March 17, I think, lockdown first time. We have already stock around maybe 200 or 300,000 boxes. But I preparing for this period, and I importing more. Even most of the company stopped to having stock, just looking around what will happen. I did not stop. I just go around first to help people in the Philippines, giving every day in the 3 places, giving rice to help them. But end of March, we start very good sales, and we have sales. This is the record. I don't know if any company has sales like that, because
Wow,
this
that's
time,
wonderful.
yes, we get a lot of distributors. We get thousand and thousand distributors, and you must understand too these things. This tea really can cure and help a lot of people. But this tea too has another benefit that help a lot of family to survive this pandemic time, to earn a lot, much more bigger than usual. we have samples that people who never have house that, for example, maybe around 10 of them buy house who cost 5, 6, 8 millions. So we giving to our distributors to UAT practical giving to distributors good life, and another option giving them credibility and giving them to some another benefit because they cure a lot of people, and you getting
Welcome.
this feedback. They
Yes.
always saying thank you so much, I cure my long-standing disease or something like that. And after you, this is the best feeling when you receive something like that, and telling to you that you are on the right way, that you're doing right things in the honest way.
That's wonderful to know, Milan. In crisis, indeed, comes great opportunity. And it's wonderful that you're not just helping them with Uva tea, you're also like empowering those that need help and need extra income. So, for
Yes.
the viewers that want to get a hold of your product, where is Uva tea available now, and how much is one box? Can you like share with us
But
information?
UAT is available almost everywhere because we're selling online. We are now based, most our business is based to selling online, and we supply to most of the malls have our product. Some of the drugstores do have, but we are not so much based to supply like stores because it's very difficult for the people during the pandemic time to go somewhere
True.
outside. Is some by the time to time is a lockdown or some another restriction, and up for the hard for the people. And this is very simple. They get sitting in their house. They will not spread virus. They will get this tea in the
True.
house, pay cash on delivery, and very simple. And for us, is the best too.
Yes. We all want to know the vision of the founder when it comes to taking their product to the next level or whatnot. So, what are the plans of Uva Tea in like 2022? Can you share your outlook and say in the next 3 years?
We can we can say like that. For example, that what is not our business is not day by day. We established this business January 17, 2011. Now will be like 11 years. We are long in the market, and we trying to really be very careful about our product. Especially me, I am very strict about this. I will just tell you something like, for example, before we ordering raw material, I testing all in laboratory to see what is the chemicals who can really cure this some of this disease, and another option to be less uh, to have less side effect. So this is the very important in the knowledge is important in this field, to be always ready, to be always careful what people really will get in one of these box. When they pay, they need to be cured. Even effect of UAT is 92%. This is very high comparing with some another products, even antibiotic, for example. Now, and what is the power of UAT? Power of UAT is to really can destroy E. coli bacteria. Comparing with antibiotic, who has less power, but antibiotic is the medicine who has really biggest power in human life. But now you can see that UAT comparing with antibiotic can really destroy E. coli bacteria. And for example, if somebody before I come, they have a lot of problem and they cannot cure. And what will happen with these people who has, for example, this is maybe not bad for our listeners to know. If you have long time UTI, this bacteria can go more up and up until kidney, and after it will destroy your kidney. You will have kidney infection, and after your problem can be much more bigger and bigger cost, of course, if you need to go in the hospital and so. So my advice to the people, if they have UTI, if they feel some of the problem, they need to cure right away. Don't wait so long time after you will have more problem.
Okay, thank you very much for telling us that, Milan. So, Milan, please share with us your contact details to get us some uva tea. And
But everyone can
so,
find it in Facebook, my name, and our website too is uat.com, and this mobile number 0917-140-1053. And our warehouse is in Tanza Cavite, our office in General Trias, so everyone knows and easy to know how they can find us. But it's best option through social media. Even they can call Talk Shop. They can call you and
will help you with that. So
Yes.
Milan is feeling extra generous this 2022. To our viewers that have been watching, please answer the following and you will win a treat from Uva Tea, of course. Thank you very much, Milan, for doing this for Talk.Shop Asia and our viewers. So could we flash the question? So
question for our viewers.
yes, the question for our viewers. So we have a one-in raffle. So the viewers will answer and they will share their name and contact number. So the mechanics are the following. Wait for the special question in the segment to be announced. Be ready to send your correct answer at the chat box in FB in this format. Name, email address, cell phone number, and then answer the question. First respondents with the correct answer will be announced at the end of the show. Let us have our cell phones ready. Now, Milan, we are going to flash the questions now. So let's see. For Watch and Win, the first question, the first 5 winners will win something from Uva. So name 2 diseases that can be cured by Uva tea. So we talked about it earlier. So if you name the 2 diseases that can be cured by Uva tea, please send it already on Facebook. Next question. Okay. Answer. We'll also flash the answers because we're feeling a little generous, too generous today. So the answers are here. So to those that forgot the answer, so you can actually just text it here through Facebook as well. So next, our second question is, would you like to do the honors, Milan? What country is the origin of Uva tea?
Serbia.
Would you like to do the honors giving the answer? Yes, Serbia. Okay, so that is the answer. Serbia or Europe. Serbia is the country. The continent is Europe. Okay, so that is the answer. So if you want to be more specific, please type Serbia. Okay, that's the country where Milan is from as well. So the third question, I will ask the question and Milan will give the answer. What diseases can be prevented by Uva tea? So Milan, could you please give the answer? And of course, we will flash it as well. Okay, the answer are the following. Gouty arthritis, kidneys diseases, kidney stones, diabetes, UTI, acids in body. So that's the answer for question number 3. Now we are in question number 4. Okay, who is the founder of Euro Herbal Uva Tea? Okay, the founder of Euro Herbal Tea is Milan Atsik. So if you want to win something from Uva Tea, please write the answer and we will flash it on screen. Could you kindly flash it for us so that they can spell it right? Milan Atsik. Okay. And And for our last question, how long has Uva Tea been in the Philippines? Okay, so that is the question. And the answer is 10 years. Okay, 10 to 11 years. I think 10 years is just right. So, to those that want to win, please type your answer on Facebook now so that you will get the special treat from Uva Tea. Thank you very much, Milan Adzik, founder and CEO of Uva Tea. Please stay with us and we will be seeing more of Milan in the panel discussion where he will answer his Miss Universe answer. For now, let us take a break as we move on to our special feature segment next. Thanks, Milan.
Thank you too.
We'll be back shortly. This is Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
SMEs are the backbone of the Philippine economy. Union Bank has laid down the groundwork for creating an ecosystem helping businesses through an integrated user experience connecting key stakeholders in the ecosystem. SMEs can now have immediate access to financial service providers, points of sale or POS, accounting, inventory, human resources, tax and payroll services, supply chain management, and providing business communities and engagement in B2B and B2C marketplaces. In building that ecosystem, Unionbank-Globallinker was born. It's an online platform with social networking capabilities that help SMEs manage and grow their businesses. On their first year of launch, they already have 33,000 SMEs signed up in the platform. Their promise: to become a one-stop hub for business owners. 4 pillars. Network with potential partners and suppliers from a global network of SMEs. Engage with thought leaders and create your own topics for discussion. Avail exclusive deals and offers from business solutions that will help aid an SME's business. Create a DIY e-commerce shop, linker.store.
I think one major role that GlobalLinker plays is its ability to create a digital platform that for business growth. It's a huge help because it provides for an avenue where businesses can interact, learn, and at the same time expand their networks.
Well, as a social media platform, GlobalLinker helps build the community of SMEs and link them to the right markets, suppliers, financiers, and advisors.
I've actually established a contact in Philippines who is interested in my product, and we are working on ways how we can do that. So hopefully, it materializes.
The future of the SME sector in the Philippines is endless. With fintech, business growth can accelerate by breaking down barriers, setting up important connections, and moving daily activities. Success is definite. It's just waiting to happen. The growth of SME filters to all levels of the Philippine society. This sector employs more than 60% of Filipinos. So many lives will be transformed with the success of SMEs. Unionbank-Globallinker will be there to make it happen.
Get into the treasure trove of undiscovered music through Napalm, your new all-Pinoy alternative music. Whether it's rock, metal, reggae, soul, or pop, we have it covered. Napalm features upcoming Pinoy artists and musicians, hosted by Lace Jimenez and Thunder God Bernard. So sit back and relax and enjoy Napalm, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
It's a tough business out there. So many uncertainties, operational difficulties, deadlines. We provide the solutions and services that your company needs at the best price, guaranteed, with our global principles. And experienced partners, we bring solutions to your current and future business. Inolution, supporting your business as always. Now back to Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
Okay, welcome back. So, it was really a very interesting community mic segment. So, I believe there are a lot of our viewers who won their prizes and really wanted to try Uva tea. This time, we will have our special feature segment. So, joining us today is our direct selling sensei, Jojo Barakias.
Good more earnings, Maricar.
Good more
Now is
earnings.
special. Yeah, now is special feature segment.
Yes. And before that, para makapagsimula na tayo, let's watch this VTR.
To be unique and linked are the special elements to scale your business. TalkShop Asia gives the opportunity of presenting the uniqueness of new businesses, new products, celebrations, learning events, and many more here in our special feature of the week.
Good more earnings. For our special feature segment, our next guest has many designations. He is a podcast host, Para Kanino, a mover mentor of Movers Program, a volunteer member advocate at the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines, and concurrently communications coordinator of Field Dev Foundation. Let us all welcome Mr. Jan Adriel Nisperos.
Hello, good more earnings, Jojo. Thank you for
Good more
thank you
earnings,
for inviting me.
Adrian. Yeah, it's nice to hear that uh, good more earnings has uh, affected you already on a positive note.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very smart play on words.
Okay, Adriel, before we proceed with the Q&A about Field Dev, let's watch your video.
2019, there were still 17.6 million Filipinos that lived below the poverty line. They receive a monthly income of 10,727 pesos for a family of 5. That's just 71 pesos per day per person. This means that our journey of eradicating poverty is a continuous commitment, because in spite of the progress, we still lack pathways for the underprivileged, and every Filipino should have the means to succeed. Since 2013, we have created pathways for more than 200 STEM scholars from all over the Philippines. We founded Technopreneurship to give science and engineering students an option to explore the entrepreneurial career paths. Over 539 universities are now offering this course all over the country. To support technopreneurship, we have also built 10 highly functional tech hubs to pave the way for a new breed of engineers who would like to produce and commercialize their innovations. Tech hubs not only enable innovation, but foster collaboration with 74 more cohort universities, industries, and communities. As centers of ideas and entrepreneurial endeavors, budding startups spawn new jobs that help drive economic inclusive growth. Experts from all over the globe were able to help us provide the best support to our university-based startups. Now, what's next? In this ever-changing world, we have to make sure that our future generations have equal access to opportunities and remove obstacles to paths forward. There is a call for bigger and better solutions in education, innovation, and entrepreneurship that are not only scalable, but also sustainable. We will create opportunities where companies, capital, people, and ideas can converge wherever they may be. We will do this by going global and going digital. We envision a world where Filipinos are recognized and represented for their leadership, advancement, and success. This is how we will unlock the global combined power of Filipinos. Donate and become our partner to help us establish long-term, meaningful impact. Let's invest for a better future and continue to build endless pathways for more Filipinos.
Adrian, when I was watching the video earlier, no, before this interview, I watched it several times, and I was just mesmerized by the tagline "Enable Success." I'm
Mm,
sure you'll touch on that. I just
mhm.
wanted you to know that. Wow, that's a catchy slogan. Enable success, and
Thank you.
I liked it. Yeah, yeah. So, um, what is Field Dev Foundation, Adrian?
Oh, so PhilDev Foundation is a nonprofit organization. We have offices here in the Philippines and in the United States. So we are a nonprofit organization that supports Filipino innovators and entrepreneurs, and even students in the science and engineering field. So we pride ourselves in conducting programs that are aligned to our three pillars: education, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So because we believe that one of the ways to, or pathways to success is really having that access to education, and using entrepreneurship as an alternative career path, no, especially now with in the current situation where every company is like transforming digitally, automating here and there. So we thought entrepreneurship and innovation can be another pathway for young people to get themselves out of poverty. So we were founded in 2010 by Dado Banatao, one of the pioneer tech Filipino innovators in Silicon Valley. So
Mm.
yeah, that's about
Okay,
it.
yeah, okay. Well, that's a lengthy explanation. Would you mind if I ask some questions in between?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. You mentioned about uh, engineering and entrepreneurship,
Hmm.
and then yeah, and then you are in the video saying you offer techno entrepreneurship. Yeah,
Hmm.
can you tell us more about it?
All right. So one of the projects that we've implemented, actually together with the Commission on Higher Education, is the Technopreneurship 101 course. So we developed that course basically to translate that vision of um, opening the R&D and entrepreneurship career paths to science and engineering students. So we created this course to teach engineering students about how to turn their innovations and technologies into something that can be commercialized, so that other Filipinos in communities can benefit from those um, innovations or inventions, right? Because there most of the time, right, after conducting theses or developing that innovation, all it gets stuck in the university. So what we wanted to do is
Mhm.
to teach these students that they can use these innovations and transform this into something that can benefit their community, or give back to the Filipino people. So yeah, that what differs it from other entrepreneurship courses, it's its focus on innovation and technology. So um, yeah, talking about developing mobile apps, services that can be automated. So there's really that focus on technology, and then merging it with
Um,
entrepreneurship.
mm, so you're like building people like the Tesla guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Di ba? Technology turned into business. Anyway,
Yes.
I'm sure that question was part of the programs and that you have.
Mm.
What are the other programs that you have, Adrian, and what impact does your organization create?
Mm-hmm. So thank you for that, Jojo. No, so as mentioned earlier, we have three pillars, and we have different programs for each of them. So for education, our program is on we have a scholarship program for science and engineering students. So we partnered with various universities all over the Philippines and select students, hardworking, deserving students to become our scholars, para they have access to, tertiary education. No, so far we have already reached out, or I mean, provided scholarship opportunities to more than 240 science engineering scholars. No, and then that's for the education pillar, and then we have here the innovation pillar, where we uh, have established 10 highly functional tech hubs. So what is a tech hubs? It's a technopreneurship hub, meaning it's facility found inside the university, where science and engineering students that have developed, their innovation or has an idea about a startup, they can incubate their business inside the tech hubs, so that it can, have some sort of a springboard, and make their ideas come to life. And then lastly, we have the entrepreneurship pillar, where we set up an incubator and an accelerator, um, to provide, or to bridge the gaps in terms of knowledge and capacity, for our Filipino startups. So actually, we currently have an ongoing program, or an ongoing program for early stage and growth stage startups. On the next slide, we can show the name. There we go. We recently launched the Idea and Advance programs. So these two programs is an incubator and an accelerator, respectively. Startups in the Philippines can apply, because we we only have until January 17 for the call for application. So if you're watching this anywhere, you can scan the QR code or visit our website, to learn more about these two new programs. No, at the end of the day, these two programs are developed to make startups become an asset to the Philippine economy as job generating platforms. So, yeah, those are just a few of our programs, but we have lots more that we're going to implement. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, in the previous slide, you mentioned 240 plus STEM scholars. What does
Mm.
STEM mean?
Oh, STEM means science and technology and engineering and mathematics. So,
Ah,
yes,
oh.
those students in that field.
Hmm. Okay. The 50 plus startups said they started with the idea and the advanced decision and the uh, progression. Yeah. Is there something that you can share to inspire more our audience about how idea and advanced module programs work?
All right. So for the IDEA program, it's specially designed for early stage startups, or those that are still, refining their business models, or but they already have like a minimum viable product. So for IDEA, we will be providing mentorship, learning sessions that are tailored to their needs, access to um, a demo day, an exclusive demo day, where they are able to meet, investors that can work with them in growing their business. So,
Mm.
um, and then for the advanced, that one is designed for growth stage startups. So aside from those that I've mentioned, they can also access investment readiness assessments, because sometimes, startups aren't able to
To
assess
fly.
if they are investment ready, or they can take in
Hmm.
investments already. So that's part of our offerings for those startups that will be selected under the advanced programs, and then master classes as well. And again, access to world-class mentors, because as mentioned, we have an office in the US, so we'll be bringing in experts, business experts, and technology entrepreneurs in the US, in the likes of Dado Banatao, Eric Manlunas, and our other trustees in the US that have a lot of experience running startups or even managing startups. So
Well, there, at least from ideation to viability to
Mhm.
making a product or an app fly. It's all
Yes.
taken care of, no, with field dev.
Mhm.
Okay, Adriel, thanks for that, no. So what's your role and how does it contribute to field dev's mission?
All right. So my role at Phildev Foundation is actually in the communications team. Here in the Philippines, we are a two-person team. So I think my teammate is watching. Hi, Bella.
Mm.
So
Shout
we're
out mo, Adriel.
yes, of course, we have a very small, lean team in the communications, but we're very proud that through our work at FieldDev, we are able to tell stories of impact. No, because sometimes in startups we're very busy with raising funds and selling our product, right? But we sometimes forget about what impact does our product create on the community or on the people or to our customers, right? So at PhilDev, we tell stories of impact, of course, to inspire aspiring entrepreneurs, to educate them about what are the trends happening in the entrepreneurship ecosystem, and of course, to move people to act or to make this passion or idea of starting a business and turn it into actually building their own startup, because we believe that through entrepreneurship it's one of the fastest ways to distribute wealth in the community. So when you're able to start a business, you are empowered to spread hope and I guess the services that will be able to address the needs of your particular community or to your customers, right? So I think our role as a communicator becomes an important asset in the whole scheme of things, because we are going to tell the stories that sometimes are just in the back of our minds, but it's really important to also tell that into the communities and to other aspiring entrepreneurs. Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, I can share briefly
Mm.
lang, no. This
Mhm.
image here on the side is one of we're implementing one of our projects in together with the UNDP and the Australian Embassy in the Philippines, called ESIP. And we went to Davao to meet with Miss Georgie here, the founder of Coffee for Peace, their social enterprise, no. And they have a tremendous impact in their communities there in Davao. But people know them because of their coffee, but people seldom know that they are also supporting coffee farmers in that region, and helping them promote peace and reconciliation, and having that empowered mindset that they can also get out of poverty. So that's just one of the wonders of being able to capture and tell the stories of the entrepreneurs.
Well, that's great. So it's not just communicating about the business, the
Yes.
entrepreneurship, but also the bigger things in life like peace and order and the contribution to the economy. Yeah, so
Yes.
communication is key.
Yes.
Okay.
It's key.
Yeah, that is key. And I think you're very good at it, Adriel.
Oh, thank you.
Adriel, yeah. I wish we have s- more time. I still have a few questions in my mind. But now, how can people support your organization and participate in your programs?
All right. So we're all over social media. If you want to learn more for our viewers today, if you want to learn more about PhilDev, you can go visit our website at www.phildev.org, or visit our Facebook and Instagram pages, PhilDev Foundation and at PhilDev_org. And then for me, if you want to connect with me, I'm on LinkedIn. You can go check out my profile at John Adriel Nisperos. And as mentioned, I also have a podcast on Spotify called Para Kanino. So if you want to learn more about young people in the sustainability and inclusion space, you can check that out on Spotify. So there, happy to connect with you.
Yes, definitely, Adriel. We will be connecting and reconnecting with you. I'm very much interested about the advocacy field dev s- or the advocacies field dev
Thank you.
uh, field dev has. And don't go away, no? Stay tuned because we will still ask you a Miss Universe question.
Wow.
And yes, Dr. Alex will be the one to do that. So, to our audience, no, there are a lot of things that we learned today about field dev, and the advocacies are all truly noble. And you can reach field dev in the Facebook, in the um, cell phone number. What else, Adrian?
Yeah, we also have we are also on Instagram at phildev_org and on LinkedIn actually, Phildev Foundation.
LinkedIn. Okay. So, Adriel, before I let you go, I'd like to make a shout out to some of my friends who are watching you because I told them I have a good guest.
Wow.
So, shout out to Dr. Carmela Encarnacion, my friend Sandy Yap in Bicol, my friend Alex Pangilinan in Tarlac, my friend Bong Santos in Paranaque, and my friend Nick Kaluwag in Quezon City. So, we'll talk to you later, Angel.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back shortly. This is Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media. The program that gives you the latest in Filipino business and trend with Norm challenging brand, paving the way to be next generation business leaders. This is Talk Shop Asia Next Gen, connecting you to the future. Hosted by business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas, franchise and business coach Don Sinita, and beauty and business maven Muriel Villanueva. Jump into the business revolution every Sunday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. with Talk Shop Asia Next Gen. Now back to Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
Hi, welcome back. So, for this segment, okay, our main segment for this program, I am very interested to introduce to you our Power CEO. But before that, let's watch this VTR.
CEO is power. More than the title and position, he is a hero that deserves all the attention. Here in Power CEO Highlight, he leads, he plans, he executes. This time, it's his turn to share his story of details, his challenges, his solutions, his successes. Power CEO Highlight, putting CEO success in a gripping and inspiring story.
Okay, there we have it. So, our guest for today, I'm also very excited to have him here. Okay, so our guest, he is the chairman and CEO of Kinetics. He is a seasoned CEO, a corporate and entrepreneurial solution provider, trainer, senior consultant, business coach, co-author of marketing books, and a business column contributor. He has consulted and trained hundreds of companies in the Philippines and APAC, as well as worked in corporate for companies such as Alcatel, Smart Communications, Tupperware, Pocket Bell, Liberty Telecoms, and Procter& Gamble. He graduated cum laude from the University of the Philippines, Diliman with a Bachelor of Science degree in economics, has taught marketing and sales business in Ateneo de Manila University and Saint Scholastica College. He took his MBA studies in the La Salle University as well as complemented this with an executive education program on strategic business leadership from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, Illinois, USA. Currently, he is the CEO of Critical Link, chairman and CEO of Connecting Mavens Inc., of the Mansmith Group, partner in Mansmith and Fielders, and chairman and CEO of Kinetics Marketing and Sales Incorporated. Let us all welcome Mr. Rowan Untivero.
Thank you, Maricar, for that wonderful, warm introduction. And all right, of course, shout out to Rolly. I wouldn't be here without Rolly. So it's a pleasure to be in this show.
Great, great. Honest, Rowan, we just didn't have much time to talk about it, but I think I was able to listen to you when you guested in one of the general membership meeting of direct selling, if you
Yes,
can
yes.
remember.
I remember that in Eastwood.
Yes. Yes, true. Yeah. So I was also there. So that's why I said, really, the name is so familiar.
I talked about selling science then at that time. Yes.
True, true. Okay. When I read about kinetics, I really got interested, Rowan, because especially now in the pandemic, a lot of the business really needs partners. Okay, so when it comes to their businesses, so with the kinetics, um, I think it's okay for our viewers to see the video first for them to have an idea of what the company is. Okay, so let's watch this video.
Drastic changes are happening in our daily lives, our consumption habits, and the way we do business. We are coping with the ever-changing normal that ushers in difficulties. And now, we are hungry for solutions. Whether you're looking to adapt, improve, or grow your business, or considering to dive into new collaboration opportunities, Kinetics helps you make the next step. Transformative solution ecosystems for business and life.
There, okay. So, Rowan, let's talk first about being a powerful CEO. Well, you have been a successful at corporate as well as with Mansmith and Fielders as a partner. What led you to concurrently become the chairman and CEO of Kinetics?
Well, first, we're driven by passion, but we're actually directed by vision. In this case, I'm already doing a good part training, consulting, and coaching, and will forever be part of Mansmith. I've been there for 31 years. But what has been missing, and I felt that whenever we help companies and small businesses or big corporations, I felt that when we recommend after we do the people development, I wanted to be more involved, not just with one company, but with more. And the space that I feel that our competency, that's where Kinetics comes in, is to complement that with business solutions, business technologies that we can bring in. Therefore, you have people development, and at the same time, we are able to do provide tools that will enable either what growth, or even simple resilience at times in times of like the pandemic, no, and then growth, and at the same time, perhaps even looking at other ventures vertically or horizontally for them to explore.
I see. So, Rowan, what is Kinetics all about?
All right. Kinetics, as the word implies, is about kineticizing potential. There's so much potential that we have, that companies have, that are the drivers of the economy. And mind you, of course, we know that already, that there are big corporations, and I've been very supportive of them as well, enterprises and corporations. And there are also 99.49% your MSMEs. No? So we're looking at those two major sectors. And what actually Kinetics does is it enables the the why first. The why of why we're doing what we're doing is to provide those three things, no? Resilience and adaptability. Businesses would have to be able to survive. Businesses would have to be able to withstand changes, diastrophism in the industry, in the economy and all that. The second one is to be able to perform competitively here and as well as globally. No? The third one is to enable scalability, because if a business cannot scale, then it will forever be limited. So these are the things that we are able to do, able to help with. Now, what do we do to help? No? First is, unlike a lot of probably organizations, or the notion that when there are products you have to sell them, in our case, it's not. It's selling is not our intent. Our intent is to help customers really have what they need. So discovery is very important to us. Understanding deeply what they need and how can they be able to overcome their challenges, overcome their difficulties. No? And then, of course, when we've discovered that, it's important to have a solution. Now, what Kinetics has is a big, imagine it, it's an unofficial term, but I call it a B2B supermarket. It's a large supermarket of products and services and solutions that we have, which, by the way, are all manna from heaven. No? We never sought any of these products, but now we have an entire array coming from Silicon Valley to Bangalore to European products to basically solutions also that are locally. I was also excited with Phil Dev's presentation earlier because that can be a source of potential other we can support entrepreneurs, technopreneurs as well there. So at the end of the day, we're looking at not just solution per solution. Systemic thinking allows us now to think about ecosystems of solutions. Just to give an example, we were helping an entrepreneur put together their delivery system, and that means they have multiple riders, So we were automating that. We started automating that, but then at the back end, they need a warehouse that would require very little people. So we can do unmanned warehousing using automated. Imagine your the door counts your inventory and even reorders for you. So things like that, we can automate things like those. And then they possibly need also a back end system, anything from a simple HRIS to maybe an entire ERP at the back. So those are things that we are able to provide our clients. So we have different ecosystems. Another example there is the challenge right now. People are going back to work. There's Omicron. I don't know how many more Greek or how many more letters we're going to be using to describe. And in this case, we have like being shown on screen, I think, is one of our ecosystems. So this is two of our ecosystems, the pandemic solutions. No, pandemic solutions, we are for vaccination, and I have been vaccinated and I had my booster shot, but that is my last line of defense. The key there is, do we always want to try the last line of defense? Let's try to see how we can deal with this. I'll just walk you through very briefly. No? Imagine going back to the office and using your phone, you normally declare digitally your health status. Now, let us say that after that declaration, you now go to the office or to the manufacturing facility or wherever it is, or even if you're part of the campaigns of election, you're just going to your office. Normally, you get a shot of the temperature. They take your temperature. But sabi ko nga, biruan lang, no? Okay, if there's anybody who's probably a carrier, no offense meant, but it's probably the guard because the one is taking all our temperature. Now, if you have a more non-contact way of doing that has facial recognition, that immediately puts you into attendance, that basically would be better. Now, imagine walking through your office and then you see somebody you haven't seen for quite some time, and you come close together and suddenly your ID's alarm because it's telling you to maintain social distancing. All right, and that very alarm captures the data already that you have been in contact, which is going to be valuable when we do contact tracing. Imagine further that as you now sit in your office and you're basically there's air all around you, what if we can kill 99.99% of the germs, including COVID, using a properly installed UVC facility up there on your roof, or maybe a smart one that only disinfects when people are not around. Okay, so we have both smart and static configurations, or maybe a humidifier, which we also provide. Monitoring our air, making sure it's safe. So that is I can go on and on. Of course, we have PPE also and masks and all that, but it's an entire ecosystem. Add to that, we can put artificial intelligence on top. that can do contact tracing in just a couple of seconds. It will tell you, oh, well, this is fiction, Maricar, but when, for example, you came into contact, somebody declared they have COVID, what will they say? All right, it will say, Maricar, it will read on your phone, Maricar, you've been only in the office for 3 hours, but you've already breached 3 times the social distancing. Or if somebody comes into COVID, contact into COVID, it will tell you exactly where and when and how long and how far the distance was in terms of your exposure. So these are things that we're doing to be able to help companies be able to manage the return also to the offices without compromising the safety of their employees. No? There, side by side, you can see education, okay, from learning management systems to even a drinking fountain that is contactless, no, to provide you the again safety. Another thing that we do is authoring. If you do authoring, we can do what do you call this uh, content development, content rendition, even all the way to augmented reality and virtual reality. So it depends on the complexity that the clients would want to have. No, so we have for education K to 12, as you see. We have also for higher education and corporate learning. We can integrate that corporate learning with a talent management system that can push exactly which courses would work for you given what career or dream job you're trying to do, democratizing the way people are now doing talent management. I'm sure this is close to your heart as an OD practitioner, Maricar. No?
Yes,
So
yes.
imagine not there's a ratio of how many HR people to the employees that are there, and some MSMEs may not be able to even afford. It's the basic compensation and salaries and compensation and all benefits. So this one allows the democratization of the talent career management of a person. He knows, he can see the score he has, how qualified is he to with the dream job that he or she is dreaming about. No? So these are things. No? I can go on, maybe the next page can share. I can share with you. We have another one that talks about MSME solutions. Now, for MSME, all right, first and foremost, connectivity. There has to be connectivity because in this world, borderless world, MSMEs are now able to do business beyond the confines of their geographic locations, no? With connectivity and with delivery solutions and all that. Let's say, for example, Kinetics also is partnered as a special business partner to PLDT and Smart. So we provide fiber and we provide postpaid solutions and load solutions as well for load for business as well as for ano. Maganda nga yung load eh. Kunyari, students can get a load but it cannot be used for Mobile Legends. It has to be used for specifically for school, no?
Yes.
Or the driver cannot use it for anything else. It has to be. So we have things like that, packages like those, no? And apart from that, another one is a supply chain and retail. So from the courier management of where your goods are all the way down to the ordering and routing and delivery, and if the delivery person is not very kind and all that, he will be demoted by the automation to a lower preference, no? So these are things that, and then we can also do even for when we go back to school again, okay? The supply chain applications can also apply, but this time it's with our kids. Now monitoring your kids from the school bus, they leave this school, going to your homes, and then suddenly there's a deviation. If they deviate from their, that's called geofencing, we can be able to know, and alarms can be that perhaps there is something wrong. Similarly, this can be done for trucks and delivery for tankers and all that. If something goes wrong, they stop in the wrong place, or the driver is what do you call this? Reckless, no? Those can be detected from a mobile position, from a remote position. So these are things that we're putting together so that it's easier for people to be able to do business, no? Warehousing solutions that are automated. We can even do an entire retail store right now, which is unmanned, similar to what Amazon does in the US. No, so you have a door. They go through the door. As they go through the door, that's how they get to pay. Their goods are already counted as they enter the first door and they leave with the second door. Inside, the shelves and the chillers can also be automated. They count their own inventory. They know if the items are wrong, and they can do their own reordering. So these are the things that we carry, solutions like those that can enable the faster growth of businesses and so on. Lastly, maybe on the couple more of these ecosystems that we have is work from home solutions. No? All of us are, a good majority of us are in hybrid work or maybe working from home. But how productive are we really? And from the company standpoint, as well as from the employee standpoint, how productive are we? So we have things like, for example, the squad set. This is a proudly a Filipino software. Okay, so it is your attendance. It's able to use GPS, cellular triangulation, and Wi-Fi triangulation to locate exactly where you are, so that when you report, there's a context. Okay, they're not tracking you everywhere for privacy reasons, but when you report, there's a context. And then it's easy, very easy. The UI, user interface is very easy. User experience is very swell, so that it's easy for people to report. And it's like simple as Facebook. Simple. If you're typing into Facebook or Twitter, it's almost the same as that. The hashtags become zip tags in this case. We also have things like simple things, hardware in the home. You're using your home, you're using your air conditioner. Can we lower the consumption? Yes, we have Airtron for that. It will lower the consumption. It will even do predictive maintenance of your air conditioners. Okay. We also have Plexus, where you can extend your Wi-Fi all over, not only 3 satellites, but 10 satellites across your small office, home office, or maybe even a larger floor. Things like those. And even if you're doing Zoom or you're doing this, you're on air, and then something happens to their internet, we can have a failover solution. If your fiber fails, you automatically go to your LTE, and so on and so forth. So for the performance management side, this is a little bit that will wow you. A lot of AI here. One of those is one AI that actually runs an entire government, the government of Dubai. Imagine from the king all the way down, that's being run by AI. Okay, how does the AI work? It does 5 things. Number one, it looks for problems. If you're not gonna hit your target or your goals or anything, it will find you. It will find that. It looks for the person who is responsible for that. And then it sends notifications of predictions, what can happen and what should be prevented. And finally, it even gives you recommendations. Now, since AI learns, it becomes smarter and smarter the longer it stays with the company. So these are now things that we're using for, direct selling, for what do you call this, insurance and banking and all that. So this can help. We also have a Filipino-made app again. This one is something that even can determine if an employee is about to resign. Imagine that. Okay, tracking the mental wellness and
I would
knowing
love that.
all right, this is all right. That's called nudge it. It nudges you. It nudges you to be able to. This Filipina genius, she's a mentee of mine. She put this together, and even the Ivy League universities went gaga over this, and Google and Microsoft as well. So she's contributed much to this behavioral science, matching it with artificial intelligence. So these are some of the things that we have. We have more, and lo and behold, we're so blessed, because when COVID started, we only had 4 brands. No, right now, a week ago I signed my 76th brand. Okay, so we're doing this. How do we now do that? And later on, perhaps it might be interesting to ask, how will it help our viewers? How will it help TSA members as well? Okay.
True. Okay. To be honest, Rowan, from the moment you started explaining, I was already in awe. Okay, so there are a lot of questions that I would really want to ask, but I think we need to break that offline. As an OD practitioner, there were a lot of businesses that closed down because they were not being able to pivot. They were not able to adapt right away. But the solutions that you have been offering, oh my God, this will really help businesses and offices, even especially the small businesses, Rowan. Especially the small businesses. So, when you said, how can this help our TSA members and viewers?
Yes. Well, let's talk about two major segments, no, macro segments. The first segment is corporate, and of course, corporate and enterprise, no. And look at it from 2 dimensions. Now, if our audience here works for corporate or enterprise, we would be very happy to discover first. We will not sell you anything. We just want to have a Zoom coffee with you, sit down, and Tell us your woes, tell us your frustrations, and we're gonna try to dissect it and see how that is. Is it, if your frustration is, just as an example, is that you want corporate communications and you're not able to do it? You have a lot of videos. Do you want video management? We have the world class, the best in the world class Bright Cove that we can possibly provide to you. Okay, for example, if you're in the MSME segment and you're trying to do business, the problem is for most of us, okay, MSMEs, we lack, well, studies have shown that perhaps tools are lacking, or capital is lacking, and also training. I'm glad people in this show are helping out to be able to provide for that. Let's talk about first tools. All right, if you have a business and you want to scale it, the number one thing that prevents you from doing that is your time. You're 24/7. You can only do so much. But what if we automate that already? But again, if you talk about an ERP, my goodness, 7 figures, 8 figures, that's going to be very expensive. What if, so watch out for this, to be launched in February. What if we can provide our entrepreneurs, even down to the micro, to the sari-sari store, on your phone? We don't need to buy any other device but your phone. We can provide you an application that will monitor your inventory, your sales, the whole thing that is important to you, and enable you only for the price, a mere fraction of what a sari-sari store would make a day. All right, so this is really enabling and providing. This is an advocacy for us as well. So the two major sectors are those. First, some of you here may be beneficiaries, in the sense of we can have a discussion. I'll bring in my team. We can talk about how what your problems are, and maybe if we can help you out with solutions and ecosystems of solutions. The other one would be, are you an entrepreneur looking for collaboration? Because we're welcoming that. These are manna from heaven. I did not ask for any of these products. They just landed on my lap. What do you do with manna? You share it. Okay? Because 100% multiplied by 0 is 0. But if I share it and a lot more people benefit from it, then this would be mission accomplished for me. One of the things that I really wanted to do is to enable. Now, I'm borrowing for field dev. No? Enabling success. Let me borrow a bit from that. So, given such, if you already have, if you're interested, what we can do is we can talk. We have 3 kinds of people who work with us. Okay, one would be those who are doing corporate. You have connections already. You're probably a CXO and you have connections. We just tap into those connections and we provide you somebody to help you serve those companies better with a bigger, more robust, diversified line. The second one is, if you're into MSMEs, we're also building teams right now. Teams, Jojo is very familiar with this. It's like, although it's flat, it's just 2 levels of teams, a leader, and basically their members who can sell. You can provide employment, provide good earnings to people who are probably now people staying in the house, housebands and housewives included. Okay, this can be something that they can do while doing it in the comfort and the safety of their homes. No, so this is for MSME. So we have those 2, and then the last one would be entire companies that may have a sales force that want to collaborate with us. Those are called channel partners. So again, to repeat, we build for people who want to do B2B. We're welcoming you. People who want to do teams, you're also welcome, or you just want to work your own direct selling type. And then the last one would be channels that would want to collaborate with us. Already companies that have already their own sales force, but they want to increase the amount of their offering services, solutions, and all that. We can attach. Our business is like a mothership. Connect with it, and we'll share with you what we have.
My God, that's really good news, Rowan. Okay, so Rowan, before I ask you, where can our viewers contact you? Okay, or reach out? Because there are a lot of small companies, Rowan, when they hear about it's the best in the world, umaatras agad sila kasi ang nasa mind agad nila ay hindi natin to kaya. Okay,
That's right.
Ganun agad sila, 'di ba? So, Rowan, what can you say to them na for them not to, alam mo yun, magdalawang isip to really reach out to you, and where can they contact you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd answer that in 2 ways. No, the first way is that if you look at a business, and three S's come to mind. No, all right. the business, you should have control of your success factors. Okay, number two, it should be sustainable. And number three, it should be scalable. Okay, so one of these three or a couple of these will be addressed by the solutions. This is where you segregate an investment versus an expense in that sense. If you're talking about hardware, is it something that you can use over time? Is it something that will enable you? But in this case, for us, much of what we do, we have hardware also, but much of what we do are cloud-based. So you don't even have capital expenditure. You're subscribing and you're now free from the obsolescence of, if you maintain all the hardware, you'll have to upgrade that. But if you're doing it, you're giving it to a competent principal like this, and basically you don't need to invest in the capex. You only spend on your subscription. And if there's a need to update, just the complication of a mobile phone application. Whenever there are new phones or a new update, I don't know what they call lollipop update or what, if you have another update, a software company will have to update that also. So worry less. If you're doing it and it's cloud-based, we can also be able to do that. But if some companies insist it is on-premise, we can also build them even an entire data warehouse. Okay, so these are things that we can provide depending on the needs of the people. So how can they reach us? Well, I think on the last slide you can reach us at this number. Okay, that is our info at it's jed.kalumba@kineticsales.com. Okay, that's my EA. All right, you can just send your queries and we will respond to you in the soonest possible time. You can also reach out to his number. He has Viber and also WhatsApp, and I think maybe even Telegram. Okay, so that's how we can be able to serve you much better. We will be happy to have a vid call with you, and see how we can be able to help each other, have the synergies that we both deserve.
Thank you so much, Rowan. With what you have presented, I believe this will really help a lot of businesses. So for our viewers, please do not hesitate. Okay, reach out to Kinetics and have that needs analysis, because you know what, this is also an investment. This is for long-term business. Rowan, thank you so much. Jed, definitely you will be able to expect a message from me. Okay? Okay, Rowan. Rowan, please stay because we will still be having our final segment. Thank you so much for your time, Rowan.
It's a pleasure on my part.
Okay, we'll be back after this break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
May lumapit na ba sa'yo na nag-alok ng get-rich-quick scheme? Huwag maging biktima.
Ang Direct Selling Association of the Philippines at ang Department of Trade and Industry ay magkaagapay sa pagpapalaganap ng kaalaman tungkol sa legitimate direct selling.
Mayroong 8-point test na ginagamit upang malaman kung ang kumpanya ay piramiding o hindi. Ang mga sumusunod ay 3 halimbawa mula dito. Inaalok ka na kumita sa mga nire-recruit. Pati posisyon ay pwedeng bilhin. Ang kumpanya ay walang product return policy. Mag-ingat, baka mabiktima.
Kung sa tingin ninyo, pyramid scheme ang gamit ng inyong sinalihang kumpanya, ilapit at i-report ito sa Department of Trade and Industry Consumer Hotline 1384 para sa karagdagang impormasyon ukol sa legitimate direct selling at ang 8-point test. Visit www.dsap.ph.
Get into the treasure trove of undiscovered music through Napalm, your new all-Pinoy alternative music. Whether it's rock, metal, reggae, soul, or pop, we have it covered. Napalm features upcoming Pinoy artists and musicians, hosted by Lace Jimenez and Thunder God Bernard. So sit back and relax and enjoy Napalm, only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Does hybrid learning make you think twice about the way you deliver education? Are you getting charged for a learning management solution, but you don't see the results for blended learning? We at YesTech bring hybrid learning so you can focus on what you do best, to deliver exceptional education. Yes Tech has proven excellence with features like virtual meetings, attendance, daily tests and exams, assignments and markings between teachers, students, and admin in virtual learning and teaching. But we never stop improving. With COVID-19, the world came to a standstill and the operations of schools were affected. We interviewed teachers, students, parents, and administrative personnel, and we learned that the delivery of education in the 21st century needed fast and complete learning applications and tools. Now that schools are reopening and students are excited to go to school, our team at YesTech is thrilled to assist in this transition. We bring more excitement to this hybrid learning with our premium platform and features like group study, seamless payment collection of fees, QR-based ID card system, and more, automating day-to-day management of school operations. And we at YesTech aim to rule the edtech space with exceptional customer service, free training and retooling, and pushing the limits. Say yes to learning with YesTech.
Now back to Talk Shop Asia Power Network Season 2, only here on Big Media.
Hi, welcome back. So let's call Jojo and Dr. Alex.
Hi.
Good mornings, Maricar, Dr. Alex. Nice to be back.
Yes, and very interesting ang ating mga guests. As in, sobrang engaging. Pero
Of
Jojo, I think
course.
you need to invite also our guests sa yung Daily Bread.
Okay. Well, I'm promoting in my new business, but we're still making the material. So it's JJ's Pizza. We have it prepared.
Pizza, pizza, pizza. Okay. Everybody loves pizza.
Yes.
Sige. Okay, so while preparing for that, Jojo, why won't you invite our guest for the dun sa daily bread natin? Oh, ang masarap na bread and very fresh.
Yeah. Your daily bread starts baking at the Rockwell the Grove. So all you have to do is visit YD.com and you can order freshly baked breads delivered daily.
Great.
So,
Okay, Dr. Alex, how about for the Yes Tech?
Yes, we at YesTech can assist you with your day-to-day operations, offering features like QR-based ID card system, online payments, and more. YesTech is your all-in-one virtual campus of the 21st century. It is a SaaS platform where schools have the ability to deliver a complete learning solution. Basically, we behave like your online school campus. For more information, you may contact 0956-779-7752. Check our website at https.yestech.com. Say yes to learning with YesTech.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, let's call our guest para sa Miss Universe question.
Yes, of course. Kailangan natin tawagin yung ating mga guests. So,
Yes.
we have Milan.
We have Andriel and of course we have...
Yes.
So, Dr.
Okay,
Alex,
so-
what's your Miss Universe question?
Yes, I have my Mr. Universe question for the three men. Of course, hindi Miss Universe kasi lalaki sila. So, first person that will answer would be Milan, and then it would be Adriel, and then of course, si Rowan. So, you have at least a minute or 2 minutes to answer each. Okay? So, if you have the power to accelerate your business this 2022 by eliminating one market or industry hurdle, what would it be? Go ahead, Milan.
I am not so sure if I heard you.
Okay, so I will repeat the question in Mr. Universe fashion. If you have the power to accelerate your business this 2022 by eliminating one market or industry hurdle, what would it be?
I am not. I am not just only in the business. I am too in the in in the concern with human health. I am not only I do in business, but my half business or my half energy is to share share with the people. Even some money or even some goods or some knowledge or idea about this, how you can prevent some of your sickness or how you can have better life. This is I am not really I have option to have business all over the world, but what do we do with this money? Nothing.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Milan. Now it is Adriel's turn to answer the question. Thank you, Milan.
All right. Thank you for that wonderful question. um, so based on our experience working with startups all over the Philippines, no, their primary need has always been financial resources or access to capital. So based on the 2020 Philippine Startup Survey conducted by the PwC, no, 78% of founders that they have surveyed still identified funding resources as one of their biggest challenges in order to even survive in the middle of this pandemic. Now it can be very difficult, because it's a different economic landscape now, no, but there are a lot of startups that have the potential to even address what we're currently facing right now, and they just need funding resources or financial resources. So if ever I have the power to eliminate that, then I think we'd be in a better place right now.
That's wonderful, Adriel. So, of course, I would be so happy since I also have a startup. Now, it's Rowan's turn to answer the question.
Well, the hurdle that I see is more not just in the industry, but it is in the mindset of how we all are thinking. No, um, the adage that talks about flight or fight response. No, this fear sometimes freezes us and we can't move. This is exactly what happened to us for a lot of companies when COVID struck and the lockdowns were there and we were not ready. Some had problems with business continuity and such. But the fear is something, as they say, shell shock happens for a few minutes, maybe seconds, no, or 20 seconds. I think that's the statistic, no. And beyond that, we have to start to assess what's happening. But I have seen in a lot of cases companies that have simply been, you know, and it's become an excuse for procrastination, for not moving. And unfortunately, for some of this, we are a chain, a value chain, and there's a lot of people depending on maybe those in the if it's a train with the engine of the train, and if it doesn't move, then everybody else can't move. So these are things that possibly we can, if we can do anything, it's for those who are more or less at that position in the industry. Be conscious also that you are a lot of derived demand of the entire economy is also dependent on you, and what you do will also contribute back to how. So it's not a matter of not doing anything. It's a question of what would be the most effective thing to be able to adapt to that situation. But inaction is never good for anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Okay.
all have wonderful answers. Over to you, Maricar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alex. Jojo, I know you have something for our guests.
Okay. Just I'm going to ask your key takeaways or your final messages to our audience. No, we have record high audience. So thanks to Milan, Adriel, and Mr. Rowan. No, ngayon, Please tell our audience your final messages and where they can reach you. We have a record high eyeball this show. We'll start with Milan. Hi, Milan. You're
Well,
on mute.
You're on mute.
I wish all of the people best health. Once we have good health, we can move. If there is no health, nothing can happen with us good.
You can
So I
contact.
wish all of them best the health.
You can contact like that.
Okay, one more time, Milan. Where can they reach you? How they order you, tea?
But they know me all over Philippines.
Contact
My
you.
name is all over their display. We have we are not in the line with another company who has problem with the pandemic. We have highest sales ever.
Can
That's
contact
great.
Yeah.
Okay. So the website is ubati.com and
ubati.com.
mobile number
Yes. Yes. You can find it
0917.
Facebook. Can find even through your radio.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
again, the number is 0917-140-1053. Thank you, Milan.
Welcome. Thank you
Adriel,
too.
your time. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you everyone for inviting PhilDev here in this program. No, for everyone watching, first and foremost, stay safe and healthy. And then we have an ongoing programs in PhilDev. So we have idea in advance. So for all tech startups that are interested to develop their business, you can join our newest programs for free. And this is in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry. So to be able to find out more about our programs, you can visit our website at www.phildev.org, or you can check us out on Facebook at PhilDev Foundation, and yeah, on Instagram as well, no, at PhilDev_org. So we'll see you. Our deadlines for applications is on January 17, 2022. So see you in our
Oh,
programs.
that's on Monday. And
Yes.
now there is uh, no room for procrastination. There is urgency. And if you want the great tech solutions, Kinet X, Mr. Rome.
Yes. Yeah. For me, for kinetics, no, I have messages for depending on who you are in the audience. No, if you are a somebody in a company or you own a company, and you have challenges with SSS, not the social security system, but in the factors that the success factors that you have currently, or if you have a challenge in terms of sustainability of your business, or you have a challenge in terms of scalability or growing your business, then let's reach out. We'll be very happy to have Zoom coffee with you. Okay. The other one is if you are attending this and you're looking for additional income, for example, a new revenue stream that can be meager or it can be very generous. Okay, we are also open to bringing in more partners. Okay, so just it can be a new revenue stream for you. At the same time, you are able to help your own clients that you already have much more with a more diversified and a wider range of solutions that you can provide. So that's my message for those are my messages for those two different types of audiences we have.
Well, that's great, Rowan. Maybe we bring my clients to you as well. Magkakaroon na
Yes.
ako ng bahay.
Yes.
Okay, over to you, Maricar. Thank you very much, Mr. Rowan
Thank,
Ontivero, Mr.
thank you.
Milan Adsik, and Mr. Adriel Nisperos.
Yeah, thank you so much to all our guests, our viewers. I believe Jojo and Dr. Alex, the reason why we have very high viewers is because they've seen really that what we've discussed in this episode talagang will definitely help them. But with that, I would also like to ask our host what are their messages for the week.
Ladies first, Dr. Alex.
Oh, first, keep safe, stay home, and just if you have work, continue working. And of course, I'd like to share my takeaways. I like that Milano's able to like help and give to the Philippines by giving rice from the fruits of his business, Uva Tea. And of course, I like how startups are empowered by PhilDev. Of course, I am one of the startups and I'm a proud winner of that competition in PhilDev. And of course, with Rowan, I like that how you are the supermarket of B2Bs and that you really foster systemic thinking and help different ecosystems. And I wish to be one of the startups that you have later on. Now we'll talk about that. Thank you very much. Over to you, Joe.
Well, my key message to the audience is we have a set of guests that have very noble intentions. We have Yubati, not as an intention of curing sickness, not just a supplement. And I'd like to try the Yubati because I have gouty arthritis now. That's really, and then Mr. Milan also mentioned that the peak of sales happened during the pandemic, and it's really great. And not only that, peak of sales is not just for the money. It is just like helping dealers of Ubati earn money. So that's truly a noble purpose. More power, Milan Adsik.
Thank
Also,
you.
the noble purpose of Field Dev. No, first time I heard about techno technopreneurship, and then the noble advocacies of helping Filipinos engage and be educated and be known globally. So thank you, Phil Deb, Adrian. And last but not the least, we have we have Kinetics that provides also very great solutions and a noble purpose of helping businesses grow their revenues further. So I guess that's great. And we have all three guests that are all great, good looking, uh, like the host and the hostesses. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jojo. Well, before we end the program, we need to announce the winners of Win, Watch and Win. Okay, I believe they'll be winning Uva Tea. So who are our winners?
Yay, yay, yay.
Okay, our winners, we have Rizal Pinlac. We also have Zandro F. Gestiada, Dennis Secorata, Alex Pangilinan, and of course, Lailani De Luna Gallardo. We will be sending you a message, okay, to inform you how you're going to claim your prizes. Congratulations! Congratulations! And of course, to our guests, maraming salamat. Okay, thank you so much. So, as we end, we know that with the pandemic, business became unsure of so many things. And of course, the necessity of relying on your support system has never been so important to survive. The essence of connecting, engaging, and networking will be the answer to thrive. And we have these gentlemen here to help you with that. And that's why we're here for you. Until next Saturday, same time, 3 p.m.
Let's talk.
Let's shop.
Power drop your network to top. Magandang hapon sa inyong
Good
lahat.
morning.
Thank you so much. See you next week.
Yes. Thank you.
Talk.Shop.Asia has just brought you Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network Season 2, hosted by Organizational Development Network Champion Maricar Sandalo, Direct Selling Sensei Jojo Barakias, and Asean EduTech leader Dr. Alex Reyes, with the founding anchor, business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas. Brought to you by Direct Selling Association of the Philippines, Union Bank, Unionbank-Globallinker, Asean Youth Organization, and Rotary Club of Alabang Madrigal Business Park, engaging you with CEO talks, community mind, feature shops, and the variety of them. Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network. Power drop your network here to talk. Until next Saturday, 3 p.m. here on Big Media.
Audio Jungle.